So back up to the start for race number 43, the Visitors Challenge Cup. On the Berkshire station, we have Leander Club. On the Buckinghamshire station, we have Haberfield Rowing Club and Sydney Rowing Club of Australia. It's going to be really interesting because yesterday, Leander, this particular boat, equalled the record to the barrier. So it's going to be interesting to see whether, you know, they can maintain that, move that on, and whether the crew from Australia can actually match them and stay with them at that point.
Absolutely, and Leander celebrating their bicentenary. They won 199 trophies since their first won the Grand in 1840, and they want a 200th win to mark their bicentenary, and so they're looking for which event that's going to come in. So they want to get to the weekend, and at the moment they're going very well about it here. They've definite advantage as they come out of the start to get into their rhythm.
They've flown out of blocks there. To take that over a crew of this calibre beside them is an exceptional start there.
That's right, and the Australians, we've got world silver medalist Darcy Ruck in there with senior internationals Ben Coombs, Nathan Bowden, both of whom were in the men's 8 at the world champions last year. So it's incredible how Leander have just flown out and said, this is our home water, this is our event, and we want to be racing at the weekend. So we'll see how the Australians react to that. They're under a lot of pressure just to stay in touch. They're very experienced in the Australian crew, so they should be able to really keep their heads, and they know this is a long race, and so, you know, can they come back on terms and actually over the bigger distance? Have Leander gone out too hard? That's always the question. And
it is a case of not getting flustered when you see your crew doing that. You know, there's no superhumans out there. You know, people can be fast, but if you believe in your boat speed, the speed that you produce in training, and you believe you can get over this course, you know, matching the records or equaling the records, there's no reason to kind of go off that kind of plan you kind of stated before that you're going to go out and execute.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, but of course we all know when you're down, it's harder to row your best. But that is the mark of a good crew, to be down, but still know that over the distance your speed will be better. But at the moment it's the Leander speed that is definitely better, and they are now moving clear and looking very tight, rowing really sharp. Of course they're led by James Stanhope, great stroke of the Brooks crew that won in really impressive form last year, and of course he is somebody with great rowing heritage in both his parents being Olympians.
And also Barney in the bow seat, you know, winner of this particular event last year with Leander, so his experience, you know, he's had many kind of quests at Leander. He's been very successful, at Henley Regatta he's been very successful, so, you know, they have got a lot of class in that boat that understand what it is to race at Henley, and not just race but win.
Absolutely, and that's critical, isn't it? They are brimming with confidence. You can see that about the way they've taken that race on, and they'll be sitting there and they'll be wanting to power on and see if they can put this race to bed. Much bigger test now for the Australians. How can they draw on their experience to find a way back, to relax, to try and let their boat run a little more?
And that's the beauty of getting in front, you know, rowing, is you get to look back, you can kind of monitor the situation and what the crew beside you is doing when you get that kind of comfort of, you know, if they've got that kind of clear water, just gives them that breathing space.
Great shots of the Leander crew there, looking very tight, very efficient, very connected, really solid, moving very well together. They know this water, they know the booms, so they're not afraid of steering down the course. Being led by James Stanhope, the stroke man, very purposefully. A very impressive rhythmic stroke. People love rowing behind him. I've had lots of people saying they love racing with James. They know he's going to go full on, but they're about to come under some pressure perhaps from the Australians.
Yeah, as they come past Remnant there, the Australians are, you know, just inch by inch creeping back on Leander. And it's, you know, when you're in front also, it's having that composure not to get flustered with what's going on beside you, believe in the rhythm you have and the steps and gears that you're about to go through come the last couple hundred metres.
That's right, Leander just taken the rate up, and they need to make sure that they don't shorten. So they are responding, and they've definitely taken the rate up to try and have a little lift, having seen the Australians come back at them. They need to make sure that that they can sustain that all the way, but they are staying a nose ahead. And as they approach the stewards' enclosures, there's going to be a big roar for them.
It's going to be a huge roar as they come into there. To make sure they maintain. Yep, and that's a really impressive push. They've just moved out, they've broken contact, which is really important.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I thought actually I was slightly worried when they took the rate up. Looked like they shortened, but they really lifted up the boat, went up a gear, and now they're back at length, and they're back to that sort of just about a length. Still not comfortable for them because there's still a kind of bow ball overlap. But the Australians, you know, they've put in a push and it hasn't worked. So now they've got to make another move if they want to do anything.
How many times can you make a push down the track? You know, what have you got left? Have you spent all your beans before you get to this point? Or is there plenty left?
Do you believe you can make it work? Do you believe the others are going to tire? Or are you starting to think, they responded pretty well there? And of course now we're coming up to the enclosures. Lots of people coming to the bank to shout for Leander, to shout for that home club here, and they're looking really impressive.
You know, I was speaking to the coach, Matt Beach of the Pacific Boat, and he was a little bit nervous going at it today. You know, I was talking to him about being in the launch. He was confident of his crew, but he didn't really know much about the opposing crew. And it's always that nervous tension when you're going against a crew from abroad, not really knowing how quick they are over the full track. So,
but isn't he getting a great record as coach? Former lightweight, Matt Beach doing a fantastic job, and we'll be really proud of how they've raced today.
Doesn't look like lightweight anymore.
He'll be pleased. He'll be planning now the weekend, and that's a great coach's project to have.
It is about getting through to the weekend, the semi-final, which is tomorrow. So that was a win for Leander in the Visitors Challenge Cup over Haberfield Rowing Club in Sydney, Rowing Club Australia.